live. Hi everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I was going to say have a wonderful evening. I mean, I hope you will, but I hope you've been having a great day so far, and I hope you're ready to chat about some yarn. Welcome, welcome. I can see loads of people joining. Karen saying it's the final countdown. That it is. I can see hello from France. And Deanne saying, I love your shirt. I was listening to some old school Metallica last night. Yeah, I also really love this shirt. I bought it secondhand recently. I love kind of old band tees in general, and I really love anything that's kind of that like acid wash tie-dye style. And so I was very happy when I found this.
Quick, name 5 songs from Metallica.
I don't think I can actually.
No.
I can name like, I mean, I probably can if I think about it for a while. I was thinking about that the other day, that it's really funny because, so I like Metallica and I've definitely listened to a lot of songs by them. I could, yeah, sing along probably to like 3 or 4. But the funniest thing is, so I'm a really big fan of Apocalyptica. So actually, what I have listened to a lot is the Apocalyptica Performs Metallica albums, and I've seen Apocalyptica in concert twice. So I'm kind of like, if you're like name like sing a Metallica song, my initial reaction is to go like do do do, like is to go cello. Yeah, but yeah, basically that's that story. Welcome everyone. For those of you maybe joining for the very first time, I'll quickly explain how live shopping works and what it's all about. We've got a lovely selection of a total of 16 super cool products today, 12 yarns and 4 accessories, and we offer an extra little discount on those. We offer 40% off with our code HAPPY40. The code is valid for 24 hours, so until tomorrow, 5 p.m. CET, which is now-ish, so 24 hours from now, we will offer 40% off our selection. If you go through our landing page to do that, all you have to do is type happy40 in the chat. That works on both Facebook and Instagram. If you just type happy40 in the chat, you will get a message to your inbox that has the link to our landing page, which shows all the yarns, all the products, everything there is, and also all the patterns, because we're here for some inspiration as well. If you go through that page, the code should actually already be applied, but just to double check, make sure that in the voucher gift card field it says happy40 and that 40% off is taken off. The code is only valid on our selection.
You have frozen.
And I am frozen.
You have frozen.
Like you can still hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's a you problem.
You
froze me.
Yeah, we are frozen, guys. We'll be right back.
Matthias, you need to let it go, let it
we're
go.
Back. Already?
And we're back. Fast. That was quick. Cool. So as I was saying, just double check that when you check out Happy40 is applied, the code cannot be combined with any other codes, and it only applies to our selection. So it only applies to, only applies to 16 really nice products. So I hope that makes sense. I will repeat this information throughout the stream, so do not worry if it's your first time. It's all good. I will try to, of course, have an eye on the chat so I can see if you've got any questions, if there's, anything coming up. If people are worried about me being frozen, which they are now because someone... Oh yeah, did I present Matthias? In case you're completely new, this guy's also here.
Hello.
He's a voice from offside. Well, I mean, many of you will have seen his face, but it's the lovely Matthias.
Hello.
Who is helping with all things techie. Or messing up all things techie as well. Hashtag blame Matt.
It's known to happen.
Blame Matt, blame Matt. The singing did the trick. Yes, it did. You're frozen. Are you ice cream?
Is that like a reference or something?
No, it's just like, if you're frozen, does that make you ice cream? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, giveaways. For those of you watching on Facebook, we'll have a total of 4 giveaways today, as well as a thank you for joining us on this mad adventure. We'll be giving away 4 gift cards worth 25 monies each. That is $25 or equivalent in your currency. stay tuned for that. The first winner has already been picked at random from everyone who signed up to this event ahead of time. If you want to sign up for next week's event, you can actually do two things. You can either type big one in the chat or next one, because next week we'll have an extra big live stream. Oh, it's just written above me, big one right now. If you type that in the chat, you'll get a link for next week's live. You can sign up for that for an extra chance to win a prize there. Is Matt with or without a hat? He's without. It's Matt's hair is out flying in the breeze today. And Debbie is saying happy belated birthday, Matt.
Thank you.
You are 20 late years old.
Yeah. We also had a massive farewell party for Steven yesterday.
Yes, we had a big going away bingo.
We are a little bit down in the office. Can't believe that we're losing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he's dead.
Don't even.
Yeah.
Yes. So
with that happy news,
I think let's go start talking about some yarns. This is the final episode that we have that's like sort of International Crochet Month inspired, which means that I've again kind of gone pattern first with a lot of these yarns. However, this first category of yarns is not pattern first, and that is because I didn't one, pick any patterns, but secondly, because we don't actually have any patterns, because this yarn only launched in our store very, very recently. So we've only had this for about a month, I want to say, and it's the first time that we've got it on live shopping. This is Tint and Tone. Tint and Tone is for all those of you who love a merino yarn, but who don't love working with something super, super thin. As you can see, it got bulk. This is a super lovely, super soft, bulky yarn. It's made from a beautiful 100% merino wool. So a very beautiful, soft and high quality material. It is hand dyed, which means that each of these skeins is going to have a wild mix of, well, it's not a wild mix of colors because it's only one color, but speaking of, as I said earlier, currently being really into sort of acid dyed, acid washed, tie dyed styles, this yarn is right up my alley. It is a single ply yarn, so as you can see here, you get a ton of super, super soft fibers and material in one go, and it kind of, there we go, very nice and close, is super, super woolly. It is merino wool, so it is super, super soft. You do not need to worry about it being itchy, and it is giving you this super, super cool, light and dark color, white and color, tie-dyed, watercolor, marbling effect. Comes in a hank, so be sure to properly turn this into a little cake or a little ball before you work with it, just to make sure that you don't mess it up before you even get started. It is superwash treated, and so that means you can machine wash it, which is brilliant. You can machine wash it at low to medium temperature without having to worry about it getting completely ruined, and it is super, super soft. The recommended hook or needle size is an 8 to 10 millimeter, so it's nice and thick, nice and chunky, works up really quickly. You get 87 yards on one of these hanks. They're 100 grams each, or 3.5 ounces. So yeah, this is Tint and Tone, and like I said, I don't have any patterns to show you yet because the yarn only launched so recently that patterns are still being written and made and tested, so we don't have them yet. I think in the user gallery, the pictures, if I remember correctly, is actually pictures of just the skeins or the hanks. One person has already finished a project. Let's check that one out, Matt. Ella has made some super, super cute little mittens in this very nice herringbone pattern, which looks super cool. So there, Ella gets the prize for being the fastest by far. Yeah, so there we go. That's Tint and Tone. Matt is showing all the available colors, and it is super beautiful and soft. But yeah, like I said, we haven't got patterns for it yet. It is 40% off today, though, so if you want to treat yourself to a super nice, super chunky 100% merino yarn with a really cool color, Tint and Tone is there for you. Grab it while it's hot. Bretta's asking, how much is it? So regular price, it's $28 per hank, but like I said, you get 40% off of that. So how much is that, Matt? Math. Math faster, Matt. Matt is doing the calculations for you as we speak. It's $16.80 per hank with our code HAPPY40. And yeah, it is a hand-dyed yarn, so it is more difficult and a lot more elaborate production process than some of our other yarns, hence the slightly higher price tag. So, Katarina's asking about Rococo and what is it called? Tessuto? Our t-shirt yarn. Yes, I will have them on live shopping as soon as I can. I was actually going to try and have them on today, but I couldn't because they're still on sale. So it'll be probably a few more weeks, but I promise I will put them on here ASAP. This was Tint and Tone, yarn number 1 of the day. Gorgeous, gorgeous merino yarn. I actually got to kind of blind react to it, which was super, super fun. My colleagues Sylvia and Katrina did this thing where they ran around the office with a camera and just handed skeins of yarn to people. And they came by my desk and they were like, Louisa, can we film you? And I was like, yeah, of course. And they were like, touch this. And I was like, what is this? It was very fun. I think it's on our Instagram somewhere. What is this yarn again? Diana says it's called Tint and Tone. So Tint and Tone is the name of the yarn I just showed you. Alrighty. I do have another yarn, or 2 more yarns now, and again, I did not have any patterns to show you for this, but I instead wanted to highlight some really cool projects from our user gallery. First up is this project by Caitlin, which is a super cute hexagon vest or hexi vest. I do love the idea of using the sort of hexagon style look, but then going vest instead of cardigan. I think it looks really, really cool. So this is a really nice project done by Caitlin. We also have this super cool, or these super cool, because the next few are all, I think, from the same person. Cool projects done by Donna. This very, very cute little kerchief bandana in a few different colors. I think it looks super, super nice. And it's a really nice way to showcase the colorways. The next project I picked specifically because whenever we have a sock yarn on here, normally I show a lot of knit patterns, and I wanted to show something that is crocheted. So right here we have from Alpaca Champion a super lovely side-by-side comparison of a pair of knit socks and a pair of crocheted socks, which I think is super, super cool. And then finally another super cute pair of crocheted socks. Yeah, it's quite far down. Super cute pair of crocheted socks by Nicole, which I also love, and they are apparently very easy to whip up and only done using single crochet, so a very nice beginner-friendly project. All of these lovely projects that I've just shown you were uploaded by you out there in our user gallery, so thank you so much to you for doing that. It's always a phenomenal, endless source of inspiration. It's phenomenal for me to look at, ooh, how do these colors look when worked up? It's great for me to get inspiration for, yeah, how things look. Are we having problems on Instagram?
I think so.
Oh no.
1 second, I'll
Matt is trying to fix something on Insta, but I'm still here for you on Facebook and YouTube. I love you more. No, I don't. I did not say that. You did not hear me say that. I also just try to wink at the camera. I'm not good at winking because whenever I wink, it's basically just blinking whilst trying to forcefully keep one eye open. Anyways, no. Imagine. But of course, which yarn were those projects made in? All of those projects that I just showed you were made using our beautiful Silly Socks Flower Pop. And today we don't only have Silly Socks Flower Pop, we also have our beautiful Silly Socks Disco. And one just kind of went in there as well. Silly Socks Disco. These are both super, super cool, super fun sock yarns. So they are classic sock blends. You get your 75% wool, 25% polyamide, and you get super gorgeous little labels designed by our design team, Daniel and Aileen. Here's the beautiful disco version as well. Like, look how cute these are. So like I said, this is a classic sock blend. It's a fingering or sock weight, of course. You get your 75% wool, 25% polyamide. It is machine washable at low to medium temperature, so super easy to take care of and just great. Recommended hook or needle size is a 2.5 to 3.5 to 4 thereabouts, and it's just lovely to work with. You get 437 yards on one, which means that if you have medium-sized feet, a size women's 10.5 US, you can make a pair of socks using one of these guys. So one of these gets you a pair of socks. If you have bigger feet like me, I think I'm a US women's size 11 feet. I'm a size 42 European. I will need 2 skeins to make a pair of socks for myself. Of course, again, if you're making knee socks, you're going to need more. If you make sneaker socks, you're going to need less. So it all really kind of depends on your project. But Silly Socks can do so much more. Silly Socks Disco can do so much more. You can, of course, use this for other projects. Like I showed you the beautiful vests, the kerchiefs, the little bandanas. I actually have 2 skeins at home because I intend to make a little scarf using Silly Socks Flower Pop because I think the colors are really nice. Silly Socks Flower Pop has this kind of floral inspired spring summer palette with a lot of really fresh colors, a lot of really nice and bright shades, and then Silly Socks Disco comes in with a black, a white, and a bunch of neons, and that's also a super cool combo. I'm actually going to show these up close. I hope the camera kind of picks up on this. So you've got your basically solid colored neon, so you've got your solid orange, solid pink, but then there's also the pink and orange blend, which I think looks super fun. We also here have a green and a yellow blend, and we also have an individual solid yellow and solid green, of course. So really cool. Also works up really nicely if you're using it with the black, for instance, to have some details really pop with the like super neon green. So that's Silly Socks Disco and Silly Socks Flower Pop, and both of those are 40% off with our code Happy40, so you save on both of them. What's the special? What was the question? What is special about the black disco?
There?
What's the special on the black disco?
Oh, the discount maybe.
Oh, the discount is 40% on all of the yarns. So it's not just the black, it's all of them. It's just, I think it's really cool that you have a solid black color, because in combination with these, I think it just makes for some really interesting projects you can make with it. I know this is super popular also around Halloween time for people to make sort of something black and then just have sort of the bright green or bright yellow or bright orange, of course, very Halloween-y for some details and stuff. So it's very nice. Elizabeth is saying, do I find working with very thin yarn weights difficult? Yes, I do. So I'm kind of a firm sort of 4.5 and up hook size girly. However, as I crochet more and more, I do also notice that it becomes a lot easier to work with thinner yarns. I actually recently took home some soft alpaca, which I think I used on a 3.5 hook on, and that actually was fine. Like, I mean, I didn't like the look of it at first. I had to kind of get used to it. Also, just my movements and stuff are still a bit stiff when it comes to it, but I'm getting better. So yeah, that's, yes. Emily say, so I guess I answered Emily's question about the special on the black Silly Socks. Yes, so it's 40% on everything. On everything I'm showing you today, on everything that is in the selection. If you've typed Happy40 in the chat at any point, you will have gotten the link to the landing page, or if you haven't, you will get it in the future, and then you can check it out. So yeah, Happy40, 40% off on Silly Socks Flower Pop and Silly Socks Disco. You could obviously also use them in combination if you want to make something, use maybe the black or the white as a base and then do some cool color work with these as well. One thing that's good to know is that the repeats in Silly Socks yarns are very long and not guaranteed. So it is possible to make 2 pairs of socks that look identical, but it isn't guaranteed. So not every skein is going to give you that. That's just good to know. With a yarn like Silly Socks, I always encourage everyone to just embrace the chaos and embrace the color and the silliness of it, which I think makes it a lot more fun to work with. So yeah, Silly Socks Flower Pop, Silly Socks Disco, 40% off with our code HAPPY40, valid until tomorrow evening. Well, for me at least, 5 p.m. CET, 24 hours from when we started the stream. Woo woo! And we do now actually have the first accessory of the night coming up. It's in the shelf, just straight ahead.
Shelf, okay.
Yes. I wasn't sure if you had it here
yeah.
or not, so no, straight ahead.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Oh, no. I think it's better for you to find.
Okay, it's literally right there. The champagne colored one.
You see it?
Yes, you are standing right in front of it. The beige.
What's it called again?
I said champagne.
No, the item.
Oh, it's the bucket bag.
Oh, it's the bucket bag. Okay. No.
Oh. I was like,
there we go.
what are you looking? I thought you knew what you were looking for.
No, I did not know what I was looking for.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was looking for a Kirby crochet set.
Oh, I think that was what was supposed to be.
That's why I was like, I'm not looking at it.
You're all good. That's down there.
Okay, good. Okay, you know where
We've now skipped ahead. Anyway, here's the first accessory of the night. It is the champagne colored bucket bag. I don't actually know if the color is called champagne on this one, but I call this champagne. Hashtag blame Matt. No, in this case it was my instructions that were unclear. We need to work on our teamwork, Matt. We need to do some trust falls and stuff. Some exercises to really bring our telepathy up a level. We, with the whole team, actually went on a little adventure last week and did an escape room. However, Matt and I did 2 different escape rooms from each other. Alrighty, so let's go. This cute bucket bag is part of today's selection. It is a great little multi-purpose accessory for day and night life. It's the perfect size to carry around sort of a medium-sized project. So anything even up to a small sweater. Let's say you need maybe 6 or 7 skeins of yarn. You can comfortably fit that in here. Comes with this like cute little round with a nice strap. You've got this pull shut top, and then you've got some little pockets for your accessories and other stuff. And there's more pockets. I mean, there's this as well. You've got this pocket, you've got this pocket, and then on the inside, what will you know? This is that's a really weird shot, but I just wanted to show you there are some like little sewn in. I don't think you can really see what's up there. You can kind of see it. There's also a sewn in pocket there. So basically this is not just a bag. It has loads of gorgeous pockets, loads of spots where you can store anything you might need. And I think other than the fact that it says Hobbii on it in a repeated pattern right here on the straps, other than that, there isn't anything that makes it a specific crafty bag. I would 100% just use this as a purse in my day-to-day life. Because I think it's just, nice. The strap also can still be a bit longer if you prefer to wear it crossbody. You can. Ta-da! You get 40% off on this bucket bag as well using our code HAPPY40, maybe as a little treat to yourself or as a little gift for someone who already has everything else and likes to carry around their projects. So the bucket bag, part of today's selection, 40% off with code HAPPY40. And like I said, we have a total of 4. Is the bag supposed to be on the landing page? Yes, it is. You may have opened the landing page a little while ago, which means that there may be an older version of the page cached on your browser. So what you can do is just, if you clear the cache on your browser, the bucket bag should in fact be the first product on the landing page. Matt is pulling up the current version of it. So yeah, if you've opened the page already at some point today, for instance, then the bucket bag won't be there because you might need to clear your cache for that. You can also, at the end of the URL, just type a question mark and a number, and then that will auto clear the cache as well. Well, it'll open a new page which will not be cached. So yeah, that's the bucket bag, which is 40% off with code HAPPY40 today. Woo, woo, woo. Denise is saying, I already keep Jolly Ranchers in all of my craft bags. And Sharon is also not seeing any accessories. Then I think I think that's a cache issue. They should pop up, and the code is valid for it. So you can just apply Happy40. If you open the page after the live, they will be there. I think it's the cached page that's probably not updated yet, but it will be there. Yes. Cool. Now that's done. Type a slash in a number and boom, says Dagmar. It works. You can just that way make sure that if an older page is cached on your browser, it'll automatically like pull up the it'll pull up a refreshed page with the cache cleared. Alrighty. Moving on, we've got a few more yarns and a few more giveaways.
I'm hearing something.
It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway time. It's a giveaway time. It's a giveaway.
I forgot about the giveaway song. Yvonne is asking if it's possible to have unicorn here. Maybe type big 1 in the chat. You will get a link to next week's event where we may or may not have some more yarns. Denise is asking if the code is only on the beige version of the bag or the black one. It's on all of them. It's on all color options and all sizes for the products we have on the selection. Basically, if you found it on our landing page, it should work. Unless I've made a mistake, in which case that's my fault. But no, yeah, it works for it. People are like really enjoying the giveaway song. Our first giveaway winner, congratulations. Thank you so much for signing up to this event. Like I said, if you want to sign up for next week's, type big 1 in the chat or next one. Both should take you to the same event. And this week's winner, picked randomly from everyone who did sign up, is Samantha Johnson. Samantha Johnson, congratulations, congrats. Thank you so much for signing up. In order to receive your 25 Monies gift card, please send us an email to live@hobbii.com to get your gift card. Thank you, Samantha Johnson. We have 3 more giveaways. We will have 2 more where we pick a random winner from the chat, and 1 winner will be picked from everyone who's given this video a little like. So be sure to like this video for a chance to win. So yeah, a lot of people are reporting that if you type a question mark at the end of the URL and then a random number, it can be any number, it opens a new page, cache is cleared, and then you should be able to see all accessories and everything on our landing page. Yeah, I updated the page quite late today, so I think for some of you it just hadn't updated yet when you first opened it, and then it won't update afterwards until your computer caches a new page or the cache is cleared. So I don't think I've used the word cache this much in a long time. I think the last time I used it was trying to explain to my grandmother that she might want to empty her cache occasionally. This next pattern is a fun... Oh, so this next category of yarns is... Wait, which category? What did I name the category, Matt? Is the cotton blends. And first up, we've got this cool sweater pattern. This is the Monstera sweater, named after the plant of which I have successfully killed 4 at this point.
Wow.
Despite being told by so many people that Monsteras are super easy to care for. This sweater is going to be very easy to care for, and it is also an intermediate level crochet pattern that you could make. The Monstera sweater pattern. It's downloadable for free, and you can make this beautiful sweater in sizes extra small to 5XL. So it is very size inclusive, offers a lot of options. I like that it has that little hole pattern along the sleeve. I think that looks really cute. Also makes sure that it's sort of not overwhelming and a little more sort of playful and airy. So there's airflow. Love it. It's the Monstera sweater, which is of course made, can you pull up the sweater one more time? Which is of course made in this yarn. So here you can see skein to sweater, the comparison. This is Cascata. Cascata is a waterfall of color. Cascata is a lovely blend of 61% cotton and 39% acrylic. The cotton, you can kind of see quite cleverly, is the, like, forms the base of the yarn. You have a chainette little tube in the middle, and then you've got all these gorgeous fibers kind of, yeah, blown into it, giving it that really lovely voluminous look and texture. Yeah, this is called blow yarn, I think. At least that's kind of the phrase that I always use for it, which I think is a really fun kind of name. It's like, what kind of yarn do you like to use? Oh, I like to use blow yarn. But this is Cascata. I actually have a handful of samples here that show what the yarn looks like when used. And as you can see, you get these really gentle changes. You get these little short bursts of color. So you're gonna get a kind of stripy look, but not blocky at all. Instead, I think it makes it really does run with the waterfall theme that you get, that really gentle kind of change and interplay of color here. Again, you can kind of see the side-by-side skein to sample comparison here, which I think looks really cool. And some more. Every single skein of Cascata is named for a different waterfall, which I didn't realize for a long time. I think I was looking at it because, I mean, I know the word Cascata means waterfall, and then I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that's so funny. One of them is called Rhine. That's a river in Germany. And then later I was like, oh, that's so funny. One of them is called Niagara. That's a waterfall. And then I suddenly realized, oh, yeah, okay. First of all, the Rhine does also have waterfalls. And then secondly, the Niagara is obviously a waterfall. Very, very nice. Yeah, Matt is showing all the colors with all the different waterfall names. A very lovely, very nice and soft yarn. It is a worsted weight. As you saw, it's quite a voluminous thread. So again, right up my alley. Nice to work up with a slightly bigger hook or needle size. In this case, the recommended size is a 5mm to 6mm hook or needle. And you get 437 yards on one of these cakes. So one of them already gets you quite far. With two of them, you could easily make a nice shawl, for instance. Or let's check, how many do you need for the Monstera sweater, Matt? Or with 3, 2, 4 of them, you could actually make the Monstera sweater. So depending on size, it's 3 to 4 of these cakes. Just to give you a benchmark of how much you might need for a project like a sweater. We do recommend that you take some care washing it. You can put it on the delicate cycle in the machine, so don't overspin it. And yeah, this is our beautiful Cascata. Someone asked on the chat if this might be a nice yarn to make something like a bag with. I do think yes, especially something that you want to have a little bit more structure to. Just because of the way it is made. So if you see here, I think this could make a really, really cute kind of purse, or like a, yeah, nice sort of bag. I would say yes. That's my opinion. I think it would make a really lovely. Someone is asking, Sharon is asking when Cascata will restock. I do not know. I can look it up, but not right now. If you ever have any questions about restock dates for any specific yarns, just email support@hobbii.com, because then if we know the date, we can let you know. But yeah, I can't look it up right now. Haley's saying, I use Cascata for some fingerless gloves and they are surprisingly warm. I think a lot of that has to do with the way the yarn is made. Like I said, you've got the tube that then has loose fibers blown into it, which means that you'll get a lot of little air pockets between the different fibers, and air pockets are always great because it's a good way, sort of, your body heat heats up the air in those pockets, which then doesn't escape as easily, and so you create a really nice little insulation layer on your skin. So I think it probably has a lot to do with that. And Amelia is asking, what's the name of the pattern again? So the pattern I just showed you is the Monstera sweater, which is also linked on our landing page. So if you type Happy 40 in the chat, you go to the landing page. If it doesn't show the accessories, you add a question mark and just number 1 at the end of the URL, and then it should, let you, but it should give you the most current page, which should also have the Monstera pattern linked. Alrighty, I think that's it from me and Cascata, which is 40% off with our code HAPPY40. It is a very, very nice and soft yarn. So if you're someone who's a bit worried about some yarns maybe being a little bit itchy, etc., Cascata, no worries at all. It is super, super lovely and soft. This was Cascata, our beautiful little waterfall of color. I kind of regret that we don't have the same sample as we do for tea time, so I can't do my magic trick today. I can't do the where is Louisa? But that may also be time that I retire that joke. I don't know. I think Matt's tired of it at this point.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's a little bit of magic to like sprinkle on the show.
Happy 40. Check out Cascata, our beautiful soft yarn. I remember when we launched it, I actually recorded some videos for it, and I don't know if those ever saw the light of day, because I recorded a few really cute videos where I was talking about Cascata. I think I recorded them in German actually, but still. I remember that very fondly, because the yarn had only just come out, and then I kind of was, Sylvia approached me and said like, do you have time to be in a video about this yarn? I think it's for an ad. So yeah, if you ever encounter a Cascata ad in the wild, it might have my face in it.
Okay, we are for those who might have joined from Instagram, because there's an issue, like it's just like basically freezing like this whenever you go to the live stream.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what that means.
Very sorry to everyone who may have been trying to join us on Instagram. It's funny that I apologize now while you're watching from Facebook and YouTube, because you can hopefully still see me. But yeah, we've apparently lost...
We've lost Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh.
But we roll on. We have a new pattern or two.
We do have a few more patterns that I wanted to show you. And this first one is, we're now moving into cotton. Well, it's cotton and cotton blends right now. So this super cute little mouse. That is Trilly, the ice skating mouse. I love that one. Trilly is adorable. She's a mouse. How could she not be? But not only is she a mouse, she's a mouse with a hobby. She loves to ice skate, apparently. Well, or at least she loves to go to the ice skating ring with her ice skates, because she's not wearing them. Note. So maybe she's just posing for Instagram.
She may have 3 hobbies. She has crocheted her scarf, she's listening to music, and she's ice skating.
And she's ice skating.
Whoa.
Or posing for Instagram by the ice skating ring. We don't know.
4 hobbies.
But something along those lines is what she is doing. Trilly, the ice skating mouse, is a super cute little amigurumi pattern. It's an intermediate level crochet pattern, and of course you can attach a little loop to her and then make her a little Christmas decoration, or actually seasonal decoration. Yeah, I just think she is so adorable. And equally as adorable is this little guy. This next pattern is the Florati frog pattern. Look at this little guy. It's so cute. The pattern includes sort of directions to put some wire in the legs and arms, which means you can then, of course, move them about as you wish. So you can sit it down on a shelf, or you can attach it to your car mirror, to a plant. You can sit him in different spots. I just think it is so cute. That's the Florati frog pattern. This is a plus pattern. It is $7, as it is quite intricate, and plus patterns are patterns made by independent designers that are then sold through our website. So 100% of the proceeds of each pattern goes straight to the designer, which I think is amazing to support their work. That also means that for plus patterns, Happy 40 does not work, because I wouldn't feel comfortable just giving a discount on a product that I would be taking money out of the designer's pocket. But that was the Florati frog pattern, which I just think is so funny. Like, just show the product picture, like the very first one again. It's just so funny.
I think
it's so cute.
he's planning something. He's plotting.
That little frog is plotting. And then someone was saying Wrecking Ball Frog, which I love. That's Wrecking Ball Frog, basically.
I have never needed an amigurumi from our side more
than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have.
You have?
The Wizard Owl.
The Wizard Owl, of course.
I think Florati Frog is now a close second, in my
makes
opinion,
sense.
to the Wizard Owl.
I can see that.
Those who've been around for a while will know my obsession with a pattern that's on our website called the Wizard Owl, which is a knit pattern for a little owl plushie that has a wizard's hat and coat and or cloak, and it's just so cute.
If only you knew how to knit, so you could make it for yourself.
Well, funny you should say that, because one, I am in the process of knitting a Sophie scarf.
Okay.
I have just recently started on it, which is very easy because it's just knit. Like, you just have to knit. But on Thursday, so not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, that's how days work, Jaya and I are going to have a little craft and chat. And if you joined last time's craft and chat, you'll know that we very impromptu decided to do a little knit-along style Jaya teaching me how to knit program. And so she just told me today that the yarns have arrived for that. So we're going to start talking a little bit about that. So on Thursday at 5 p.m, we'll also be live on Facebook and YouTube with Craft and Chat, which is less like this in the sense that it's less deals, less yarns, less me talking about a product, and much more just us knitting, crocheting, and chatting and yapping. And so yeah, to help me overcome my fear of knitting, we're going to be getting a little bit into that. So tune in to that if you would like to see me see me learn how to knit. Marjorie's saying, yay, I'll be there Thursday. Amazing. Can't wait. It's going to be really fun, I think. So with all that, which yarn is the Florati's frog made from? Which yarn is Trilly the mouse? The little ice skating poser, potentially. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being really unfair to Trilly here. Maybe she's actually an ice skating pro. It's just that she's not wearing the skates. So I was like, maybe projecting my own insecurities of not being able to ice skate onto the poor little mouse. Who knows? What I do know is that the yarn that you want to get if you want to try to make those is really any 8/4 cotton. But today we have our beautiful Rainbow Deluxe 8/4 for you. Rainbow Deluxe is a special 8/4 cotton. So it is a 4-ply cotton. It's a fingering or sock weight. But where our other 8/4 cottons are kind of more conventional cotton, this is a really beautiful yarn quality. This is 100% Turkish cotton, and it is super, super soft. So it has a slightly softer and smoother surface. It's also not the same as mercerized cotton. So it is still a non-treated or non-chemically treated cotton. It is just a different quality. The individual fibers of Turkish cotton are naturally very smooth, very shiny, and very long. So you'd get a little less of that kind of surface fiber, and you get a lot more of those really nice long stretches of shiny goodness. So beautiful, beautiful quality cotton. You get 185 yards on one of these little balls. It is super easy to take care of. It can be machine washed at medium to high temperature. The manufacturer recommends 40 degrees Celsius. However, as it is 100% cotton, similar to towels and bed sheets, etc., you can wash this at higher temperatures. The color will just fade faster if you do, so just be aware of that. But other than that, you can absolutely create beautiful, beautiful projects out of this. Anything from the cute little amigurumis I showed you to garments to accessories of any kind. It is a very lovely, durable, it's breathable. Cotton in general, I think, is just kind of a true all-round, all-star fiber. And we have Rainbow Deluxe available in a massive palette of colors.
A rainbow of colors?
In a rainbow of colors, but it's a huge palette, but you're now showing the Jen is saying, I want to learn how to knit, but I know how crazy I would go buying so many needles of different sizes. Yeah. Don't worry me, because I'm gonna be worried about that. I'm gonna be worried about that for a while now, because yeah, same. We'll see. So this is Rainbow Deluxe 8/4. Beautiful, super soft cotton yarn. Highly recommend to grab some if you're into cottons. In terms of yarn weight and thickness, it is compatible with our other 8/4 cottons. It does have a different sort of structure and smoothness to the surface, so you will see small differences between this and our other 8/4 cottons. So if you're looking to just add on to a project, I wouldn't deter you, but I would say kind of proceed with caution. On the Trilly the mouse pattern, actually, it's actually really cool because the mouse body is made using a regular 8/4 cotton, and then the accessories are made using the Rainbow Deluxe, which I think is a really cool combo. So as you can see next to each other, you can definitely use them, no problem. So yeah. That was Rainbow Deluxe. Thank you, Matt. Hashtag blame Matt. No, we would never.
No, never.
Oh, and it was Deborah's birthday apparently recently. Happy belated birthday, Deborah.
Happy birthday. March children, huh?
Those March people. What zodiac is that? Pisces?
I'm a Pisces. Yeah.
You're a Pisces. Yeah. I have no idea what that says about people. I'm always like whenever people tell me their zodiac, I'm just like, yes. Except my sister's a Virgo, and she like plans everything very meticulously, and I've been told that that's a Virgo thing. So I always I bring that up randomly to her because she also doesn't know anything. I do read my horoscope though, because I just think it's really fun. Do you ever read your horoscope? Do you ever check what's up?
No comment.
That means you do. That means every morning Matt goes, "Are you on CoStar?"
It's more like it's like I think we're in the opposite direction of this, and I have no comment.
Do you know your rising and moon signs?
Do you?
I know mine. I of course. I'm an Aries, and then in German we say Aszendent, so I think that's rising is Leo, and my moon is Libra. And I have a good friend who is also an Aries, and her moon and rising are the exact same as mine except flipped. So she's and we always say like that must mean something, but we don't know what. Now people are posting their zodiac. Marjorie's also a Virgo, and Kim saying yes, being a meticulous planner is a Virgo thing. See, I don't know about Pisces. I know that about Aries, like I've told, it's like headstrong, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, at least as I used to be. Now I'm a people pleaser, so guess we all change and evolve. Anyway, what I was really looking forward to showing you are actually some not only cool patterns, but actually new patterns. So these only went online on the website this week. The first one is this super cute crochet top. It's the Dela top, which is a intermediate level pattern for this nice, I would say, kind of summer top. Like, I think this is giving slowly sort of spring to summer vibes. The Dela top is a pattern that is available for free and in the sizes extra small to 2XL. It works up quickly and yeah, I think brings some nice summer vibes. The next pattern is this super cool cardigan kind of coat. I actually really like the color on this one. It's not a color I would naturally choose for myself, but I saw it and it instantly kind of made me think, oh, that on a nice walk on a weekend, sort of. That in the morning walking through a dewy field is what I need right now. This is the Morning Mist cardigan. So I guess maybe the name also kind of gave me that idea. It is a beginner-friendly crochet pattern. You can also download it for free, and it's available in sizes extra small to 5XL. And it is a very, very cute, very nice crochet project of this gorgeous cardigan. And the final pattern I actually have here, so I can just quickly put it on real quick. It has a little tag on it. We'll just ignore that because didn't plan this, otherwise I would have opened the buttons before.
Can I use bingo 8com on yarns not on live and today's discount on today's yarns in the same?
You cannot, because our checkout only allows one code per order, so it's not compatible in general.
Yeah.
So it's a bit snug. This one is a size extra small, and I am not an extra small girly. But this is the final pattern I wanted to show you. This is the Leif shirt. We do have pictures on the website of what it looks like when it fits properly. So the Leif shirt, which is an intermediate level crochet pattern, available in sizes extra small to 5XL. It's by Jonah of Jonah's Hands fame. There he is. And when we actually first launched the pattern, I got to interview Jonah about it and kind of talk to him about his process, and it was very cool. And Leif, whom this is named after, made a surprise appearance, as did their dog. It was a very fun little chat we had. It's still up on Instagram, quite far down by this point, though it was a while ago. So this is the Leif shirt, and I actually am going to just show you up close the yarn that it is made from. So this is a yarn called Olivin, which is a 50-50 cotton and linen blend. It is a very, very, very nice kind of summery yarn. Lovely for everyone who loves that kind of look and feel of linen. You get 136 yards on one skein. I actually don't have any skeins in the studio, which is why I brought the pattern, so I could actually still show you what the yarn looks like IRL. And I actually have another version of it here, so I could also show you here, so to give you an idea. As you can see here, there is a very, very slight sort of two-tone quality to the yarn, and that's because, of course, the cotton and the linen each take the dye slightly differently, and so you always get that very slight sort of variation with these two different kind of mottled colors. As all linen yarns, it can be a little stiff when you first work with it. What I love about linen in general, also if you've presumably worn 100% linen before, you will have made the same experience. I love how it kind of wears down over time and softens with each wear. The same can be said for Olivin, although this is obviously a sample that hasn't been worn a whole lot. And already just on this sample, it still drapes really nicely and still isn't overly stiff. So the cotton definitely kind of softens it up a little bit as well. A very, very nice yarn for the upcoming kind of spring summer season, I would say. So really excited to see cool things made with this, and what you're gonna maybe be inspired to make. All three patterns that I showed you are available for free, so you can check those out and see for yourself if you maybe want to try them out. Olivin is machine washable at low to medium temperature, so again, easy to take care of. It comes in those cute little skeins that Matt just showed you pictures of, because like I said, I don't have any skeins here. You get 136 yards to a skein. It's a sport weight yarn. The recommended hook or needle size is a 3.5mm to 4.5mm. So again, that nice sort of medium to thin yarn quality. Great for anything summery, so you don't get too sweaty, you don't get too stinky, but instead you feel fresh and free in the breeze all day long. So that was Olivin, and you will of course receive 40% off on this yarn if you use our discount code HAPPY40. I'm kind of I'm tempted to put this back on, but like it didn't fit me right, and I think it's like partially because I've worn this before, so I'm like, I feel like it fit better last summer, which, like, started going to the gym. Maybe that's why. Maybe I filled out.
How's your gym journey going?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went twice this weekend.
Nice.
It was very cool, very fun. My problem is just motivating myself to go. Like once I'm there, I love it. And it's not even that it's not even that I don't want to go because I don't want to work out. It's I just don't want to go. I don't want to have to leave my apartment. I am like, I've turned into a surprisingly like a very big sort of homebody. I'm like, just on the weekend I just want to be home. But what helps is that I go with a friend. So she keeps me accountable because she'll just be like, I'm going, you coming? And I'm like, yes, I guess, sure. And then the second I'm there, I'm like, this is the best. But Jack's saying, I remember watching the interview with Jonah. It was very fun. I got to talk to him twice. And it was like a really cool experience. It was also one of the very few times that I've gotten to interview someone. And that was also a really cool experience just to, because it is different to this, because here I prepare, I pick out the yarns, I pick out the products, and as I'm picking them out, I already have an idea of what I want to tell you about them, or things that I think are cool to know, or like that are insightful and whatever. But of course, when you're talking to another person, one, you prepare because you want to be prepared. You don't want to ask a question and then realize that everyone should have known that answer because it's very obvious or something. So it was a really cool process for me. And then Jonah was just a very delightful person to talk to. Like, it was just a really nice conversation. I get very geeky about the things that I enjoy, and I enjoy crocheting. So speaking to someone who's got such a great talent at it and a great also passion for it is really cool just for that. I've also really enjoyed talking to Projectarian about her design for our Cal that we had, as well as I got to talk to Katie Jones about her design for our Mel. And like, it is so cool getting to talk to people who are really good at something that you're also really passionate about. So it's just a really, really cool thing. Anyway, maybe I should talk to our boss and be like, oh, can I do more interviews? Yes, with that, that was the end of our sort of cotton blend category. And with that, it is time for the next accessory that I have for you. 1 second. I know they're here. Ha! Because it's not the final, it's the second to last, because next week, of course, we have the big end of March extra special live that's going to feature myself and Jaya. So that's going to be a bit different, because if it's me and Jaya together, there is mayhem on top of mayhem on top of mayhem. And so, what was I going to say? So this week is the last one that's kind of just a regular talky live shopping. But it is still International Crochet Month, and so I wanted to put a crochet hook set in. And this is today's offerings. So today I bring to you the curvy crochet hook set. It is this really cool 9 size crochet hook set. It starts on a size 2mm or a USB. I remember that made me laugh last time I said it because it's USB. So here you go. This is the smallest size. So teeny, 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 tiny hook. And it goes in half steps all the way up to a size 6mm. So here we have the biggest one. The handle is made from resin, which I find really nice to hold in my hand. I really like the material, partially I think because it reminds me so much of like dice. So I think that's really, really cool. And it is called curvy because look at those curves. The curvature of the handle. It has a little lip right here that you can rest your thumb on when working with it, and then the tip is made from aluminum. So it's a really, really lovely set. Sizes 2 to 6mm in super nice funky colors. I also love that tip and handle are always one color, top to bottom. Love it. I think it looks super fun. And it's just, again, nice if in the last few weeks you've kind of, I've managed to sort of whet your appetite and get you into the, I want to crochet, I need all the crochet things, then I think it's cool to have a little set that has most of the usable, regular hook sizes. I personally wouldn't touch anything under a 2mm anyway. I mean, I don't think I would use a 2mm hook necessarily, if I'm being completely honest here. But yeah, I'd say the vast majority of yarns that you're going to work with fall somewhere between the 2.5 to 6mm kind of category. So this set has you covered, and I just think it looks really cool. 40% off on the Curvy Crochet hook set, which has all 9 sizes between 2mm and 6mm with the 0.5mm steps. And it's just really fun, colorful, and fabulous.
And now it's something that doesn't need an introduction because we don't have Instagram with us today, so we can just jump straight into it.
We can just jump straight into it. It's time for our next giveaway, and this time we'll be picking from the chat. To participate in our giveaway, all you gotta do is type hashtag happy40 in the chat. So hashtag happy40 in the chat. Happy40, hashtag Hobbii live. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
Hashtag Hobbii live. It is written there above me. It's the end of my workday, guys. Hashtag Hobbii live in the chat to participate on our giveaway. I can see the first of you are typing. So hashtag Hobbii live in the chat. Please ignore what I just said about Happy40. Hashtag Hobbii live in the chat to participate on our giveaway. In the meantime, I'll just quickly show these again because I saw some questions about them. So it's not squishy at all. It's hard plastic, so it is resin. So it's very much nice. Little ASMR there. Hard plastic. And then someone asked about the sizes. So the sizes are actually printed on, which is one thing that is not my favorite. I prefer it when they're engraved into it, just because I think that holds up a bit longer. However, I also acknowledge that with a lot of the hooks that I like to use, since 99.9% of them are from Hobbii, I sometimes just go on the website. Like if I'm unsure which sizes, I go on the website and I look by color and I go, oh, that's that one. So, hashtag Hobbii live on the chat if you haven't already to participate on our giveaway. Hashtag Hobbii live. You have 5 seconds left to participate. So, hashtag Hobbii live on the chat for our little giveaway. And now we're gonna look for our winner. So the system is calculating and we're gonna find our winner in just a few seconds, and it is... who's it gonna be? It's Victoria Marie! Congratulations, Victoria! You are our winner! You will receive a gift card worth $25 or equivalent in your currency, 25 monies, so to speak. And in order to get your gift card, please send us an email to live@hobbii.com, live@hobbii.com for Victoria Marie. Congratulations. We will have one more giveaway from the chat coming up in just a little while, as well as one more where we'll pick a random winner from everyone who's given this video a like. So if you haven't done that already, double check that you have liked this video for a chance to win. We are now coming in hot with all the bright and colorful colored yarns. This next yarn is a big favorite of mine. I still haven't gotten around to properly testing it, but I like the look of it a lot. And I think we actually have some swatches of it as well. I don't know if you have them here, Matt.
No.
Oh.
Sadly.
That's fine. We do have some cool designs that I can show you on the screen that you can make with that yarn. The first one is, in my opinion, a very German pattern. I don't know. Is this one. It is the confetti hot water bottle cover. And I don't think Germans are the only people who use hot water bottles, but I know that disproportionately it seems to be a German thing. Like, Germans are obsessed with hot water bottles. And I learned a few weeks ago that they have an expiration date. So now I sort of side-eye my hot water bottle almost every night because it is probably 7 or 8 years old. And I put boiling water in it, even though I know I shouldn't.
Because it might burst or something?
Yeah. Super high risk of getting severely burned. They have a 2-year shelf life. You're supposed to exchange them every 2 years, I found out. And I mean, even as a child, I was told, like, don't put boiling water in, just put hot water in, but the hottest water I can think of is boiling, so in it goes. But you can, regardless of that, just, you know, be aware that hot water bottles expire, but then make a cute hot water bottle cover using this beautiful yarn, and it'll look super fun, it'll be super cozy, and I think it's a really cool project. It's an intermediate level pattern that you can download, and it's a plus pattern, comes in at $5.50. And yeah, I think it looks super cool. I do think that hot water bottles exist around the world, but I know that it's something that, like, I've heard a lot of people say, like, oh, that's such a German thing. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Kim is saying, I use mine so often. Yeah. I love my hot water bottle, but please be careful with it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just the material just over time weakens. And then, of course, especially with hot, like with very extreme temperatures, higher risk of it just kind of bursting apart somewhere. And then, yeah, of course, having boiling water in it is dangerous. But yeah, so I'm side-eyeing mine occasionally because I know it's old, because I've had it, I think, probably close to 10 years, actually. I think I may have moved out of my parents' house with it. So yeah, time to replace it, and then I'm going to make myself a cute little cover for it. If a hot water bottle cover isn't something you need, but you still want to be cool and warm, or not cool and warm, nice and warm, then this baby blanket pattern could be for you. It's a super cute waffle stitch baby pattern. This is the Iris baby blanket, which is a beginner friendly crochet pattern. This one is also a plus pattern, coming in at $4.50. And I think it is a super cute use of this yarn. I like the well, little extra interest of texture you get with the little waffle stitches, and I love the colors and how bright it is. And now you're of course going to wonder, what yarn is it? And it is of course the ultimate confetti yarn. It is our lovely Coriandoli. So Coriandoli is a blend of 52% wool and 48% acrylic. It is super, super fun in that you already saw the colors when it's used up. It gives you this really cool kind of confetti caught in a gust of wind colors, and I think that just looks super nice. Comes in a few different base colors, and then when it's used up, this basically is always almost exactly one stitch. So you can just imagine this being like one stitch in a sea of the base color, therefore giving that little confetti look. It is made from a tube, as you can see here. So it's another little chainette constructed yarn. And like I said, it's a blend of wool and acrylic. You get 175 yards on one of these skeins. And it's a bulky yarn with a recommended hook or needle size of 6 to 7 millimeters. So very, very nice. Again, on the chunkier side. And then with the chainette, you get, again, these little air pillows in between. Jodie's saying, I made a sweater with that yarn and I love wearing it. We do recommend that you hand wash this yarn. Good to know. And I think you can probably show the pictures of the swatches, because I think it shows really nicely what that yarn looks like. Matt's going to pull up some pictures because I know we have swatches, but here you can see what I said about sort of the color, the way it is lined up. You get like kind of a stitch or two in color, and then in between that you get a lot of like sort of blank space with the base color. So it does have that kind of, yeah, confetti flung in the air quality to it, which I think looks really, really neat and gives a really cool effect.
It does look like a bunch of little hearts for sure.
Yeah, exactly, on the stitches. That's true. Is that Coriandoli? I missed the intro, says Teresa. Yes, it is. That is Coriandoli. It is, like I said, a relatively new edition. We only launched it last fall or last winter, yeah, I love the way it looks. I'll be honest, I haven't tried it out yet personally, so I'll get on that and then report back once I have. But we do have some cute crochet patterns. I really like the idea of the hot water bottle cover personally, but that's just because I use a hot water bottle fairly regularly. Ever since reading about how dangerous they can be though, so I also have a sort of pillow that has like cherry stones in it. So now I usually use that on like my shoulder or neck, and then I use the hot water bottle exclusively to keep my feet warm, because my logic is if it bursts at my feet, I'm most likely able to pull my feet back and I mean maybe still get some, but it's not going to be on my belly. Yes, I will buy a new one now that I know that they expire. It's on my list. But I mean, also now that spring and summer is coming up, I'm probably not going to use it as often.
But it sounds like an anxiety-filled life, living with a warm.
I mean, part of me heard that and was like, I don't think that's true because mine has lasted for well over 5 years and nothing has happened. But then I'm like, that's like saying I've never broken a bone, therefore I don't have bones. Like that's not how it works. Renita's asking if it's machine washable, so we do recommend that you hand wash it. Every yarn is machine washable if you're brave enough, but I am a scaredy cat. I mean I recommend hand washing everything you've made with your own hands other than socks, because I'm terrified of ruining a project. And I don't trust my own weaving in abilities, even though I sew in everything very, very, very tightly and very, very diligently, but still, I don't trust myself. Basically, it's a trust issue that I have towards myself and towards the washing machine. But yeah, the recommendation is that you hand wash it. So this is Coriander. Jennifer saying it would look really good as a tablet cover. That is such a good idea. I ordered ribbon last week to make a cover for my dad's birthday's coming up, and the whole family were pitching in to get him a tablet. And now I'm like, and I thought, oh, it's nice, and my contribution is I'm going to make him a little cover out of ribbon. This would have been so nice.
The ribbon would also be nice.
Yes, but I think this would be nicer. Why didn't I even think of that?
Many yarns.
I did get some ribbon gold though, so I got some regular ribbon and ribbon gold, and I'm going to work with it together. MC is asking, besides the ones you showed, which kind of yarn would you recommend for a hot water bottle? So one thing that I think would also be really nice that I've also thought about making is taking a pure wool yarn, so either Friends wool or Snowstorm, and then actually felting. Making a large hot water bottle cover and then felting it, because I think that could also be a really, really nice way, really nice cover to make. If you want that kind of color pinprick sort of look, good question. I think I'd then kind of maybe again experiment a little bit with maybe needle felting as well. So like making a base color felted one and then needle felting like some dots and confetti onto it. I think that could look really cool. That would be like that was like my gut reaction to it. Maybe in the course of today I'll think of some more ideas. But yeah, I would definitely, I think, go for a wool or wool blend there, just because I think that's also really cozy. Because, I mean, hot water bottles are supposed to be really nice and cozy. Deborah saying either one would be nice because you're making it with love. Yes, but I'm just like, it's like that thing when you've had this idea and like, it's also just coincidence that I happened to see tablet cover in the chat and just my brain immediately picked up on it because that is a project that's on my to-do list. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next yarn, because we're still in the color and fun explosion territory. And this next one is actually shout out to one of you out there, because I think you're maybe watching. If you are, Jody, here's your pattern. It's the Walking on Eggshells sweater by Jody, who I know watches this regularly. So this is the Walking on Eggshells sweater pattern, which is a super cute intermediate level crochet pattern. It is a plus pattern that comes in at $7. Jody is saying she'll post a picture later in the group. So Jody is here. Woohoo! This is the Walking on Eggshells sweater, which is made using Mega Ball and as a little extra little color pop using our lovely yarn, Candy Pop. I was like, as an extra pop of color, Candy Pop. Nice. Sorry, I just saw a comment from Sarah saying, if you make a wool cover for your hot water bottle and it then bursts, you basically have instant felting.
That's funny.
Yes,
That's
is funny.
Yeah.
But back to Jodie's beautiful sweater. It comes in at $7, the pattern, and she is here today. So big round of applause for Jodie for this really, really cool project. I'll tell you a bit more about Candy Pop in a sec. I have one more. No, I don't have another pattern for it. I only have the one, actually. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the yarn. So this is Candy Pop. And if you think that looks familiar, I feel like I've seen this before. Candy Pop was actually created as a side kind of product because our Honey Bunny candy, so our chenille yarn with the little neon pops of color, actually uses this as the kind of second strand to put these little neon pops into the yarn. And after we launched that yarn, there were so much feedback and so many people saying, I wish there was a way to make any yarn into a kind of color pop yarn. And so our product department went to the manufacturer and tried to figure out if that was possible. And they said, yes, absolutely. And so that's how this yarn was made. So the idea is that you get this lace weight polyester thread that has these little neon nubs on it. See if it's going to focus. There we go. Right? And then you use it with any other color yarn and you get this really cool effect where the kind of connecting thread is thin enough that it almost sinks into the material. So you can see it's there, but it's quite subtle. And then the little pops just stand out and give you that really cool kind of, color pop look. You can see here on the black, the threads are a lot more visible just because, of course, the contrast is higher. So you can really, really play with the idea of, do you want them kind of to sink in the way it is here or the way it is in Jodie's sweater as well a little bit, because it just is a little bit more low contrast and therefore more hidden, or do you want to go for the full kind of experience of having it really visible? It also depends on how thick and how bouncy the inner, the combination strand that you're using is. Jodie is saying, I actually designed a cardigan recently with Candy Pop as well, and the pattern is currently in testing. So once that's there, we're going to be sure to feature it on here as well, Jodie. Jodie. It comes in 3 different colors, so you can kind of choose, do you want to go for the neon pop? Do you want to go for the more pastel one? Or do you want to go for sort of the primary color, very sort of full color one? All of these, I think, are absolutely cute and pretty and just a really fun way to spice up a project. I think this would also maybe be a really cool yarn to use for smaller projects, like if you're making like a scrunchie, for instance, or just smaller accessories. It could also be a really cool idea to kind of work it in as a little detail. Like if you're making a scarf, then occasionally just put in sort of a few stripes where you work with this as an additional thread. So yeah, I think it's a really, really cool way to spice up your projects. This is Candy Pop. You get 317 yards on one of these, and the yarn itself on its own is machine washable. You can absolutely use this by itself as well. I think we used to actually have a swatch of that here, but I don't think we have it anymore. It's just like I showed you, because the individual strand is so thin. So it's gonna be very sort of netted and very, yeah, kind of like very thin. And then of course you have the little nubs, which then kind of have a little bit. So it's gonna give you a very sort of uneven texture. I don't want to say lumpy, because lumpy sounds bad, which is not what I mean. Oh, I think, Jodie, that might be your cardigan pattern, actually, that Matt just pulled up. So here you can see the I assume currently in testing pattern by Jodie with this super cute cardigan. And again, I love how with the higher contrast between the thread and the yarn, the color comes out even more. I think it looks super cool. It looks a bit like sort of like, what's it called? The art style where you just splatter art onto a canvas. Like it gives that kind of really random, really cool vibe, and especially with the neon colors, I think it looks super cute. Like just kind of like an art project.
Like flashing lights to me a little bit like.
Oh yeah, like
you know?
like as if you have like a little disco ball going, like a little one of those disco lights, and it just keeps hitting your sweater in different places. Yeah, it's really cute.
Very cool.
It's really cool. Do we have any pictures where someone used it completely by itself? No, I don't think so. I mean, I guess maybe that one actually.
Which one?
This one. If you
one?
click on it. Yeah, here Saskia actually kind of like for part of her granny squares used it by its own, and I think that looks really cool as well. That's giving, and you can see there like how delicate the individual thread is, and so it's giving you like that more delicate look, and then the little color pops kind of lump together a little bit more, which I think is a really cool effect. What yarn weight should we pair it with, asks Nicole. That's an excellent question, and that honestly depends on what project you're making with it. Because, like I said, the original yarn that gave us the idea is a chenille yarn, which is a bulky weight. And of course, if you want that same look where the individual thread almost disappears into the yarn, then you're going to want to use it with something that's quite bulky and gives you a lot of volume for it to sink into. However, if you just want to spice up any old project, you can literally pair it with anything. I know my colleague Susanna made a really cute, I think it was Susanna, who made a top for her daughter using, I think, Amigo with it. Don't quote me on this, I'll double check with her, but I'm pretty sure it was a combination of something like Amigo with this as well, and it looked really cute in like a purple color. I'm gonna have to double check with her. She watches this. Susanna, if you're watching, let me know if I remember this correctly or if I'm completely misremembering. So yeah, yarn weight in combination with this really depends on the look and feel and what you want to be making. There is no limit. It is made to be used on its own in combination with anything you put your mind to it, and it really just depends on the look that you want to achieve. Desiree is asking if there's a chenille yarn in today's selection. No, there is not. At least I don't remember putting one in, so I don't think there is. But we'll have chenille yarns for you again in the future, I guarantee. Alrighty, so that was Candy Pop, which is a pop of color you can add to any and all of your projects. With that, we're moving on. Sorry, my shoe is open. I'm afraid that I'm gonna like accidentally trip on my own laces, which would be very embarrassing to happen in front of the camera. We're moving on. We're staying with the sort of colorful yarn category a little while longer. And this next pattern is a beautiful beginner-friendly project that you could make that showcases another bright and colorful yarn. Completely different from Candy Pop. We're going zigzagging through a bunch of different categories or different yarn types today. This is the Buttercups shawl, which is a beginner-friendly crochet pattern. I think it looks really cute with this kind of scaly little pattern. It's an asymmetrical shape, so you start kind of thin, get bigger, and get this like really cool shape. That's the Buttercups shawl. It's a plus pattern at $5.10, and it is made using Dreamcolor. Dreamcolor is a yarn that I put in for all you wool lovers out there and all you color lovers out there. It is a 100% wool yarn, and it has the nicest sort of slow color change gradient interplay of colors out there. One thing that's really important about Dreamcolor is that no two skeins will look exactly the same, because the yarn is truly just made to shift and glide in between all these different colors, back and forth, forth and back. So while you will get a kind of gentle striped gradient, there is no fixed beginning or end points there. So you may get a skein that looks like this, and you may get a skein that looks completely different, and they will be from the same dye lot, same color, same everything. Which is why on the website we actually also have them in pictures of 3. So just to give you that idea that no, this is not the wrong skein, or no, you didn't get the wrong color. It's just that each skein can look very different from the other just because of the way that the dye color is dyed.
I mean, the difference here is massive on how it looks outside.
Yes.
Yeah. So you might be scared that you didn't get the right color or something, but it actually is still.
Yeah, exactly. Which is just also good to know, because if you are someone who really, really likes your striped projects to always have very equal sized stripes, or have very sort of clear demarcations between colors, I think that's completely valid and a completely understandable sort of taste. It's just in that case, I wouldn't want you to go for Dream Color and then be disappointed, which is why I kind of wanted to put out that little disclaimer. With Dream Color, one thing that's also good to know is that we are in the middle of making some changes to the yarn. So we're not really discontinuing a yarn, but it's a little bit more of a changeover, because some of the colors have slightly changed, which is why you'll find some of them disappearing from the website right now, and then a very similar color coming up. So in this case, this is color. We don't have an example here.
It's 909, right?
No, it's
no?
this is 103.
Oh.
That's why.
I can see if I can find it.
Cool. Thank you. But that's why on the website right now we have two different pictures with the yarn with two different labels. So as you're seeing here, some of them are white label and have a color number starting with 1, and some of them have black label color number starting with not 100, basically. So these are the old ones, for instance, and just had one here. This is a new one. Gonna show you up close, because I think, first of all, love it's probably one of my favorite labels, because I think in terms of how do you represent the idea of the yarn Dream Color, going for the stained glass window, I think it's such a stroke of genius from our design team. But yeah, I mean, we're mostly here to see the yarns, not the labels, I know, but I just wanted to give credit where credit is due, because Daniel and Aileen are doing a phenomenal job there. But yeah, as you can see, you get these super soft shifting colors, and then here you have the old label. So these colors will slowly kind of be discontinued and then replaced with very similar, almost the same colors. The rest of the specs are going to stay the same, so the rest of the specs are not changing. You're going to get the same amount of yarn on each of these skeins as before.
Yeah, no luck, sadly.
Apparently, something you just said, the subtitles, the auto-generated subtitles on Facebook thought you were cursing, and so it censored you.
Ah, nice.
Now I wonder what you said.
Yeah,
Emily is asking how soft is Dream Color. So this is 100% wool. It's 100% sheep's wool, not merino, not anything special. So it will have that slightly rougher woolly texture, which, if you know you're sensitive to those kinds of things, maybe consider turning this into a vest or into a little slip over. Turn this into something that might not be constantly in touch with your bare skin. If you are not, if you're like me, this is a perfect, beautiful yarn that I would wear on my skin all day long, all day, every day. But I am also not particularly sensitive. It does have that more woolly, slightly more coarse texture compared to Tint and Tone, which is 100% merino, for instance. It is a fingering or sock weight yarn, so another thin one. It's a 3 to 4 millimeter hook or needle recommendation, and we do recommend that you hand wash this, as this is not a super wash treated yarn, so you don't want it to sort of felt up too much and go all over the place. You want the kind of beautiful little ombre strands to be preserved as best as possible. You get 437 yards of the yarn on one of these skeins, so it goes for quite a bit of yardage, which also means that you need a relatively small amount for a lot of really cute projects. So the buttercups, can you show me the yarn amount needed? The buttercup shawl that I showed you needs 3 skeins, and that's a crochet shawl. So if you knit something similar, for instance, I think you're just going to need 2 and you're going to be fine. Someone was saying, I really love the colors. I wish it wasn't wool. I'll gladly pass that feedback along, because I know our product team are always on the lookout for cool ideas or for things that you guys out there would really, really want. So I'm going to pass that along. I know there's probably other people who are really happy that it is wool because they really love working with that material. So I think everyone has their, I guess everyone has their not priorities, it's not the word. The thing they like.
Oh, no.
Everyone has their
own preferences.
Preferences. Thank you, Matt. That's what I was going So yeah, that's just the little disclaimer about the different labels on Dreamcolor. I actually ordered, I think it was the 103. I actually have a skein of this at home because I wanted to, again, use it for a scarf. I need to stop making scarves at this point. It's becoming like ridiculous. But I haven't started on it yet because, as I said before, I tend to actually go for a bigger hook size. Since this is sort of 3-4 millimeter, I'm still kind of trying to figure out if I'm using 2 strands, if I'm going to bulk it up with another, or if I'm actually kind of, as we say in German, biting into the sour apple and going for the thin yarn. Oh, someone asked about which color I was holding, so that's a good question. So this is 103, which is one of the new colors, so we definitely still have that one. This one is color 09, which I think has since been replaced by color 109, so this is that color. This one is 05, which I think may have been replaced by 105 at this point, or it's still available.
Ooh. Maybe.
So this one is being replaced, as are, I believe, all of these. So, check the ones.
That one is probably there. Is this one right? The 16? No.
Nope, none of these are 16.
Oh, it looks so much like
I know,
one,
that's
right?
the thing with Dreamcolor. You can't look at the skein and then guess which color it is because it's gonna be different.
Man, damn. It's close.
It's beautiful though. All of these are beautiful. Whoa, that is Dreamcolor, 100% wool. Preference. Now, I love people on the chat going preference.
We do have it. Yay.
There we go.
In the new one.
Yep.
23. There we go.
I love how when I don't know a word, obviously Matt is here to turn to, and then I love how you guys just get me. I love how you just how I just have to say, oh, you know, it's the thing you like, and then the chat just preference. I really, really, really appreciate that. All right. At the end of this category, we do have one more little accessory for you at 40% off as well. So with the accessories, of course, I kind of had in mind that we're kind of being very crochet focused this month. And so I wanted to like just add a few bits and bobs that I know might be something that as a crocheter you can either always have use for, or you might have had your eye on for a while, and to give it to you at a discounted price. And so this is one product that I am always in constant need of, and it's of course stitch markers. This is the box of stitch markers, heart-shaped, so it's 60 little stitch markers that you get, and they are a nice big size, which is great for people like me who like working with chunkier yarn. So this stitch marker you can easily use up on all of our even quite bulky yarns. Maybe not the blanket yarn, but pretty much any other yarn that we have, this is going to fit on. And of course it's just a classic little stitch marker, but with a little heart shape, which I think looks adorable. And it comes in a cute little heart-shaped tin as well. These are also 40% off today. They're also part of today's selection. I know some of you in the beginning didn't see the accessories on the landing page, but like I said, give it some time, try again in a little while, or try the trick I told you about, putting a question mark and a number at the end. You should then be able to see them. And Happy 40 applies to them, even if you can't see them on the landing page. Don't worry about it, the code still applies to them. So you can just add them to cart and then put Happy 40 in checkout. So this little box of stitch markers is just a little extra in case any of you are maybe on the market for it, because I know I am, because I keep losing mine. It is absurd how many stitch markers I have bought over the years and lost. Like I've probably lost 200 stitch markers since I've started working at Hobbii and since I've started doing any crafts. So,
but they'll show up surely.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they genuinely do. Like, it's happened to me. The weirdest one was that I apparently attached one. So I have a bag, you know, like when you have like packing cubes and stuff. I have one of those that's for a pair of shoes, which I use for shoes. And I've never used it for anything other than shoes. And like a few weeks ago, I was when I was packing for my trip to Finland, I took it out of my closet, was getting ready to pack shoes in it, and then noticed that I had attached 2 stitch markers to the zipper of it.
Well, there
No idea why.
That they were.
It's pointless for them to be there. What are they gonna do? Like, what was I thinking?
Maybe you were fidgeting.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah,
But
so
something I do know is that actually
we have a
little
giveaway.
jingle.
It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway time. It's a giveaway time. It's a giveaway.
Hey.
I saw that Lexi just asked for a goth themed line. I'm happily passing that along. I think that is a really cool, rad idea. Part of me is thinking like that's just going to be a lot of black, and it's not the easiest color to work with a lot of times, I think. But I like the idea. I think it's a really cool idea. Right, so it's time for another giveaway. Another one from the chat. And again, in order to participate, did you change it because of my mistake earlier? I'm being bullied. Please type hashtag happy40 in the chat to participate on the giveaway. Hashtag happy40 in order to participate on our giveaway. We're once again playing for a gift card worth 25 monies, and put hashtag happy40 in the chat. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Karna is saying, I love hearing Jaya's voice singing the giveaway song. Well, if you want to see more of Jaya, tune in this Thursday, 5 p.m. CET, because Jaya is going to teach me how to knit. Well, I doubt she'll manage in just one day, so I think there'll be more of that coming up. But join us on Thursday for Craft and Chat if you want to see Jaya in person, IRL, alive and well. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't she be? And also tune in next Tuesday, again 5 p.m. So tune in next week for our big end of the month March special live shopping, which will feature both Jaya and myself. So make sure you tune into that to see Jaya IRL and hear her sing her giveaway song in real life. And now make sure to put happy40 in the chat, hashtag happy40, in order to participate on our giveaway of a gift card worth 25 monies. People are saying that like you love poking fun at your colleagues.
Yes, but apparently only the best colleagues. So there you go.
Aww. Oh, Heather, thank you for your words of encouragement. That's super nice. Yeah, I mean, I also will preface this by saying I do know some basics of knitting. I'm just not particularly good at it. I'm much better at crocheting, but yeah, I'm excited to learn. I'm also keen to learn. I mean, I'm playing this up as like, ooh, so. We have a winner, and it is Mel Berghuis. Berghuis. That's how I would pronounce that. Is that a Dutch name?
I think it is, yeah.
Congratulations, Mel. In order to receive your prize, please make sure you message us at live@hobbii.com. Live@hobbii.com. Mel Berghuis. Congratulations. Congrats. Someone asked about the previous giveaway and who won that. So this is our third giveaway of the night. We've had our very first, which was random winner picked from everyone who signed up for the event. That was Samantha Johnson. We had our second giveaway, which was from the chat, and that was Victoria Marie. And then finally we now had the third giveaway of the night, which was Mel Berghuis, who is going to be our winner. And we have one final one where there will be a random person picked from everyone who has given this video a little like. So if you haven't already, be sure to do that now.
Or heart.
Or a little heart, or a little hug.
Yeah.
Any of those reactions that Facebook gives you as an option, but
No.
Please make sure to put one in there.
Not the angry one.
Yeah, if you put the angry one, we just won't count you. So you can, but that won't be beneficial to anyone. And it'll make me sad.
Yeah, same.
And Matthias.
Yeah.
Worst of all, it'll make Matthias sad. Like, I mean, it's fine. Like, I can take it if you want to disappoint me. But Matt, he's a sensitive guy.
Yeah.
He will cry himself to sleep.
You can't do this to me. Yeah.
Holly saying, I'm primarily a knitter, and though I know the basics of crochet, I would love to learn how to crochet better. We can also make that happen in the future. I love learning new crafts just in general, so yeah, I'm excited. We do have 3 more yarns coming up, and I know some people had asked about acrylics earlier, so I do actually now have 2 acrylics and 1 blend coming up. This first pattern I've shown, I think a few weeks ago. I showed it as part of our color theory series, which was really fun to do as well. This is the Vichy basket set, and I just think it looks so cool. It is yeah, inspired by Vichy fabric, or kind of, I guess, other sort of checkered patterns. I think it looks super cool. Oh, Mel is saying it is Dutch. It is pronounced in America like Burgess. Burgess.
Burgess. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah.
Burgess.
We wouldn't do that here.
No.
No. Backwis. I know because a footballer
is also called
named,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
also a Dutch footballer, presumably.
Yeah. Feyenoord.
Very cool, very cool. So the Vichy basket set is a beginner-friendly crochet pattern that is available for free on the website, so you can check it out. And I just think it looks really cool. I think it's a cool pattern also to try out color work, to kind of figure out your sense of like combining colors with each other in this kind of checkerboard style. I think it looks really cool. And then this second one is really cute because we're like 2 peas in a pod. It is this cute beginner-friendly crochet pattern, and it's called the Jumbo Pea Pod. So it is just 2 peas in a pod, and I just thought it looked so cute. And as quite a few of the patterns I've shown before, I just love the idea of giant vegetables. I think it's really funny and really cute. So these are the Jumbo Pea Pods, another beginner-friendly crochet pattern. This one is a plus pattern at $5.60, and I mean they are jumbo, so you're gonna need a chunky yarn to make them. And of course, I have the chunky yarn for you right here. It's Amigo Giga. Someone asked earlier about like possible combinations for the candy pop. I would imagine with this you could get a really cool look. For instance, like I said, if you go for something that's a little bit more voluminous, the like thin strand of the candy pop has more material to sink into and disappear. So I could imagine this being a really cool combination, for instance. Amigo Giga is made from what is called high bulk acrylic, which is an acrylic where the fibers have been treated, making them kind of curl up a little bit more, which makes the yarn very voluminous, which again is nice because you get those air pockets I've mentioned a few times now. So you get a very lightweight yarn that's still going to have a very nice layer of sort of insulation and keeping you warm. The surface is really nice and slightly sort of shiny. The yarn is nicely twisted, so you're not super likely to accidentally sort of split this or in any way. You get very even, a very even thread throughout. You get 103 yards of yarn, so that's just over a football field. You get slightly more than a football field's worth of yarn on one of these skeins. They're 5.3 ounces. And it is recommended that you use a 9mm to 12mm hook or needle. So when I said earlier that the curvy set covers almost all yarns, the very chunky ones are exempt. Here you're going to want to size up a little bit. It is machine washable at low to medium temperature, so again, easy to take care of, and the Amigo color range is massive, so Amigo Giga is no exception. This is the thickest Amigo yarn that we have. We have Amigo Giga, is like the chunkiest version of it. And yeah, so it's a super versatile yarn for all of you who like working with chunkier yarns, either because you're making something like the big vegetables, or because you like to make something nice and chunky for yourself to wear. Endless applications, also great for things like chunkier blankets. And yeah, just a really versatile, really good sort of basic yarn to have in your repertoire if you like working with acrylics. And yeah, big colors, lots of colors, so I think we can just pull those up because it's more than 50 of them. And as you can see, you can get anything from neutrals to bright colors. Someone is asking if the code also works for Amigo XL. So it only works for Amigo Giga. It only works for the yarns in today's selection, not any of the sort of adjacent yarns from the same family. So it's only for the specific yarns that we have listed on our landing page. And I saw someone asking about the landing page. If you type happy40 in the chat, you'll get a link sent to your inbox, but I can see that Cynthia has actually just replied to your comment with a link to the landing page. So thank you for that. I love that you take such good care of each other in the chat as well. That's just really, really sweet. And I just, yeah. Big props to you guys. I really appreciate it. And Matt, I think I'm frozen.
Are you oh no. Well, your ice cream, I suppose.
Hello. Did you switch to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. Yes, apparently I'm frozen. We're working on fixing it. I don't know if I'm even in frame on this. Could be that it's just the tip of my nose that you're seeing. But yeah, we'll be right back on the big cam. Up until then, you're just gonna, I guess, see some yarns. Here, look at the yarns. Look over here. Look over here. Don't even notice that I'm frozen. Look over here.
Yay!
Yay! And we're back. Yeah. Look over here does not work. Look over here does not work when you don't have a camera and you can't point somewhere. Behind you. You're freezing off and on again. Yes. Hashtag blame this guy.
Blame Matt.
I love that you're taking it like a champ. Like you're like, yes,
Yeah.
I will not let you wear me down. Yeah. I don't really blame Matt. I really truly appreciate him for all the good work he does. I mean, it's funny because when you're not here, I'm constantly like, oh my God, I miss Matt. It's so much better when he's here. He works so hard. And then when you're here, I'm just like...
And then when I'm here, the camera keeps freezing. So maybe it is to blame Matt. Who knows? Could be. But you know what else isn't to blame Matt?
Sorry, what? I was reading the chat.
Oh, it's just...
Wasn't even listening to you, Matt.
Fair.
Like, that's our dynamic.
I mean, I also just
anyway,
sometimes...
sorry, Matt. What were you saying? It was probably an amazing segue.
It was an amazing segue because we have this, of course, the clouds.
We do have, yes, which is where I had my head, in the clouds.
In the sky as well.
Matt can do no wrong. And Lori is saying, Amigo Giga is so soft and plushy. I'm making my kiddo a blanket and I love it. And Cynthia's asking where the crocheted tomatoes are. The crocheted tomatoes that Matt was gonna make, have they been crocheted?
Well, we are actually currently in the making of something. That's all I'll say.
That's all Matt can say for now. But we do also have some tomatoes that a lovely customer sent in. They are currently in a box up there on the shelf because when we redecorated the studio, we made a dedicated sort of decoration box.
Boo!
Oh, okay.
We throw tomatoes.
Yeah. I was prepared because there was a third one, so I was prepared for you to toss the third one. That's why I wouldn't take down my hands. Here are some lovely tomatoes that one of you made.
Almost apples as well.
Eh.
Very large tomatoes.
As they say, tomato or tomato apple. We do have one final yarn and one final pattern. So the pattern is called the Jade Clouds Scarf, which is a beginner-friendly crochet pattern that went up on the website, I want to say 3 hours ago, because I'd already finished prepping this stream, and then I saw it and I added it to the... Or maybe 5 hours ago. It went up today, I think. But yeah, so this is the Jade Clouds Scarf, which is a lovely, super fuzzy scarf with this really cool bubble stitch little detail and a lovely zigzag edge, which I think looks super, super cool. Again, beginner friendly, but with some cool techniques to try out. So for those of you who are looking for something to maybe challenge yourself, yeah. Oh, someone is asking about what yarn the tomatoes are made from. We don't know because they weren't made by us. But we assume it's an Amigo variant. So yeah, it's either XL or chunky, I think.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure.
One of them.
So the Jade Cloud Scarf, which is a plus pattern at $4, is actually made from jade, which is the final yarn of the night. Jade is a 100% acrylic. No, it's not the final yarn. We have one more yarn, but it's almost the final yarn of the night. It is a 100% acrylic yarn, and it is made to be super extra fuzzy. There was a sticker stuck to it. And it is just a super, super, super soft, super fuzzy yarn. You can see here already on the skein that it's basically 100% fluff, and it is super soft. You get 328 yards of yarn, and you get these really gentle changes in color. So it's not all solid color. It does have little color changes, but it's all kind of monochromatic. Here you go, so you can see it. It's a worsted weight yarn, so the recommended hook or needle size is a 5 to 6 millimeter. So again, nice medium thickness and super, super soft and fuzzy. We've just restocked the colors, so we were actually out of a lot of the colors for a really long time. And when I saw that it's been restocked, I immediately added it so that it could be there. Could be there for you guys. We do recommend that you use the hand wash cycle or just hand wash it to preserve its fluffiness and fuzziness for as long as possible. It is a yarn that is made or perfectly suited for all of you who love the idea of a kind of fuzzy yarn of like that fluff, who maybe like the look of mohair but don't like the feel of it. So this is a synthetic alternative that you could use, and also you just have one strand that you're working with instead of having to add strands to your projects for that extra fuzz. So this is Jade, which is 40% off today with our code HAPPY40, and Matt is pulling up the full color palette for you right there so you can check it out. Jax is asking if they'll be adding more colors for Jade. I don't know, but I'm again happy to pass along the feedback that more colors are in demand, because I think a lot of that depends on demand. With Jade, it launched and it sold out fairly quickly, so I can kind of imagine that they might be looking into maybe developing the yarn further. I don't know if that's the case though. So this is Jade, second to last yarn of the night. Sorry, Matt. 40% off with code HAPPY40. It just fell out of my hand and then just whacked him.
So that's your revenge arc from me throwing a yarn at you. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally fair.
Yes. Except there's a difference of standing here where everyone can see and getting whacked in the face and having a skein of yarn fall onto your hand.
It actually hit my foot. Thank you very much.
Oh, it didn't even hit your hand. It hit the table and then your foot. So
yeah.
You could have done like a cool football trick.
I could have died, Louisa.
Someone's being a bit dramatic. Is that a Pisces thing? Let me know in the chat. Is that a Pisces thing? From now on, anytime you do anything remotely like eccentric or different, my standard response is going to be like, oh, I think, is that a Pisces thing, Matt? Yeah. I have no idea. Can we see the pinks? Someone asks. You certainly can. This is color 5. And this one is probably also color 5. I am not sure because this one doesn't have a color on the label. So let's see. So this is color 5 for sure. And then this might... No, I don't think this is 4.
I think they're the same color, yeah.
I think those are the same color, just different dye lots.
Yeah.
So that would be my guess, but this is the one that we know for sure. And then we have the purple. So color 6 right here. We have color 8. And we have the lovely mint, that is color 7. Well, not mint, turquoise. Sorry. I don't know my colors anymore. At this point, all colors have somehow become one.
It's been a long stream.
This was Jade. And now we're here for the final yarn of the night and for a pattern that I saw. And you know, sometimes when you see a thing and you're just like, I must have it. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm gonna at some point attempt to make this. This is the Ghost Hooded Sweater. It is an intermediate level crochet pattern for this super cute, well, as the name might suggest, hooded sweater. I just think it looks so cool. I love that it has the sort of kind of really cool dramatic sleeves. I love that it has a hood, the sort of bat sleeves, and I don't know. I was a weird kid, so one thing that I would do a lot is because I really love sort of adventure stories. I've always been a really big reader. I read The Lord of the Rings when I was very young, and I love anything that has a really cool hood. So as a kid, I would just try to turn every outfit into like having a dramatic hood. So I owned a lot of those like kind of pashmina scarves. There's so many pictures of me randomly just with a like hood that I made out of it, like really billowing. And until today, I love having like a hood up and walking really dramatically. I also love having really long coats. So that's a look into my psyche. But I saw that sweater and I just thought, I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. It's so stylish. It's so cute. I'd probably make it in a different color because white washes me out. But that's the ghost hooded sweater pattern.
But then it wouldn't be a ghost anymore.
No, but you could be like a really cool assassin who is called the Ghost because they always disappear. And as an assassin, you wouldn't want to be wearing white because if you're assassinating someone at night, you stand out if you're wearing white.
Unless you're in Finland.
In the snow.
Yeah.
An assassin in the snow. Yeah. But then if you're an assassin who wears white in the snow, they're going to call you something like the polar bear.
And this might also
I was thinking Arctic fox, actually, and then for some reason my brain went, yeah, or polar bear.
I also think this isn't that hot to have on, and maybe in the snow it would be kind of cold.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, but this pattern is made using Diablo. Maybe they would also call you El Diablo if you were an assassin, regardless of the color you wear.
In red, perhaps.
Diablo is a mohair blend. It's made of 40% acrylic, 30% mohair, and 30% polyamide. So unlike Jade you get worsted weight, you get it all in one strand. And here you get the same amount of fluffiness, but you get it on a much, much thinner lace weight thread. And so what's brilliant about Diablo is if you love working with mohair, love adding it to your projects, which not everyone does, but I do. I'm trying to pull out one so I can show you just how thin one individual thread is of this. And as you can see here, it is a very, very dainty lace weight. So what you can do is, of course, use this by itself. As you can see, it's going to be very sort of dainty, delicate look. It's going to be very sort of a netted vibe. You can bulk it up by just using 2 strands, and you can see instantly how it bulks up with 2. You can use 3 or more. Really, really cool way to create yourself a really nice kind of fluffy, fuzzy yarn that's still going to be super, super lightweight. So a really cool way to bulk up this yarn. However, it also works as an additional strand in a ton of different projects. You can use your base yarns, you can use pretty much anything, whether you want to start using something like Silly Socks Flower Pop, which we had earlier, or Dream Color. You could easily use a little bit of this to kind of model the color a little bit more and then just have that little fluff added to it. You could use it with any solid colored yarns. You can make your own really, really cool sort of variegated yarns by just using multiple strands of this in different colors put together. It's a really, really cool way to work with texture and color. It's a really fun way to add that extra level of fluff and that kind of brushed mohair look to your projects. I love Diablo. I think I've talked about how much I love it many times before, so if you've watched a few of these streams, you will have heard me talk about it before. It is one of my favorite yarns to use, usually in combination with another yarn. So you could really work it up. Ooh, Erica is recommending that I check out the Wild Oleander Hooded Scarf by Wickedly Handmade. Thank you very much. Matt is actually copy-pasting that and making sure that we have that on file because I will check it out later. Or now. Actually, Matt's just pulled it up. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Hold up.
Yeah,
there we go.
That is my vibe. My vibe. The German's jumping out hard here. Very nice. That's a really cool recommendation. Thank you, Erica. I will check this out later. And then I have so many wanna-dos on my list. This never ends. I did not anticipate this when I started working at Hobbii. I did not think I was going to be sucked this into crafting. But here we are, almost 4 years later.
And if statistics are right, then your brain is going to be very, very good at 80.
Ah.
Yeah, because of crafting is very stimulating. Yeah, so it's a good thing.
That's good to know.
Very random to say that, but like it's a good healthy habit.
Yeah. This is Diablo. I think we're getting way off track and it's also getting quite late, so I think I need to sort of wrap this up eventually. But this is Diablo. Like I said, it is a super lovely soft yarn. If you know you're very sensitive when it comes to mohair, as this has a relatively high amount of acrylic fibers, it is going to be it is a very, very soft yarn. So if you're super sensitive, then maybe it's not for you. But if it's just a little bit, then this is a really, really good sort of mohair blend that I can recommend for someone who likes it really, really, yeah, nice and cozy and soft. The color choices are many, many, many. And yeah, it's really fun to work up. I've used it on a lot of my projects, usually to bulk up my project. This one used Kid Silk, for instance, so another mohair blend. And yeah, it's just a really great way. And yeah, highly recommended, Diablo. It's 40% off with our code HAPPY40, as is the rest of our selection. And if you're working with a yarn like Diablo, if you're working with a yarn like Jade, what's really important is that you have good lighting, because it can be, where's
the neckline lux is over there.
Ah, there it is. It is really important to have good lighting because, of course, with how fluffy it is, same with the Jade, it can sometimes be a bit trickier to see your stitches, and especially if you're a beginner, or if you work with a black yarn, or if you work in a dark room, or in general, it can be really handy to always have a light ready. And so the final product in today's selection is actually our Necklight Deluxe in the color blue. Really, really, really love this one. I own two in black, which is why I'm not gonna get the blue one, but if one of my black one breaks, I'm replacing it with one of these because they look so cool. Jaya also showed you that we have a champagne one coming in. That's gonna come out in the summer. I know our product team is also working on a green one, also very nice. So yeah, these are a crafter's best friend. These are also if you have a friend who likes to craft, or actually likes to do any kind of crafts. Stephen always brings up painting minis, I think, whenever this comes up. Armando has, I think, said the same before. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing, as long as it's something that requires good lighting for you to be able to see what you're doing.
You know what?
This is excellent.
We have had mechanics that somehow know people who have bought the Necklight Lux, who have used it underneath cars and stuff like that.
I mean, it's really cool. It comes in two different sizes. It comes in a 73 centimeters and 60 centimeters. I unfortunately don't know what that is in inches, but it comes in those two sizes. The key difference here is actually just for you to figure out where would you like the light to point. So the one I'm holding here is the 73, which is the one that I have at home, and that works really well for me because a lot of times when I craft, I kind of craft down here anyway. So like I sit on my sofa. This is like a real this is how I sit on my sofa. I lean back into the cushions and I sit like this, and then I look down here to craft, which means having the slightly longer one works well for me because I also have a long torso. But if you're someone who likes to craft up here, like who likes to kind of have really good posture, then again, the shorter version is going to be good for you. So it really depends on those factors, which size is right for you. But I think you can't really go wrong with either of them. Necklight is going to be 40% off with code HAPPY40 for the next 24 hours. Well, 22 hours because I've talked for 2 of those hours. So yeah. That is our full product selection. We had everything from fluff with our Jade, with our Diablo. We had little pops of color with our Silly Socks Flower Pop, with our Candy Pop, for example. We had our new yarn, well, newish yarn. We had it for the first time on live shopping. This is Tint and Tone for all of you merino lovers out there who love something that's a really cool special hand-dyed yarn. We had something chunky with Amigo Giga. We had our Coriandoli Confetti Rain. We had Dream Color for those of you who love working with pure wool. We had Cascata as a little waterfall of colors. And we had our Rainbow Deluxe. We also have some cute accessories. If you want to pick up a crochet hook set, we have the curvy crochet hook set. Today we have these super cute heart-shaped little stitch markers, and of course the handy dandy bucket bag to tie it all together. So that's today's selection. HAPPY40 gives you 40% off on it. The code is valid 24 hours, so it will be valid until tomorrow evening. And I hope you enjoyed that selection. I do still owe one of you their giveaway prize. Randomly picked from everyone who gave this video a like, it's Carol Weiss. Carol, congratulations, you're our final winner of the night. In order to receive your gift card worth 25 monies, please send us an email to live@hobbii.com. And Matt is going to go through that inbox and be sure to send those codes out. If you've reached out about last week's codes, Matt is also going to get on that. If anyone's missing.
Yeah, hopefully.
If you have reached out and you've reached out more than a week ago and you haven't heard from us, double check your spam folder just to be sure that it hasn't ended up there. So with that, I hope to see many of you on Thursday for our little craft and chat with myself and Jaya. And then of course, I hope to see you next week for our big end of March live shopping with extra big deals, with massive giveaways, with much fun, with Jaya plus Louisa plus Matthias mayhem. If you type big one in the chat, you'll get a link to that sent to your inbox, and then you can make sure to click going on that event. Until then, take care of yourselves, be good. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, evening, night, and see you very soon. Thank you so much for joining. Bye!